the faithful women
to cast down their looks
and to guard their private parts,
to make their outer garments
hang low over them
so as to be recognized and not insulted.
I interpret the verse about the hijab as covering from the opposite gender. Normally girls wear it outside in public if they were to come across men. If you're at home with other girls or with your family, you don't have to wear hijab. But if you're on camera, then hijab is something that you have to wear.
For me, it's not about are men going to look at me? Because really and truly, if men wanted to look, even if you're wearing a bin bag, they are going to look.
It doesn't say in the Quran that women have to cover their hair specifically.
It's something that I believe we have to do as believing women. And if you don't wear the hijab, you do gain a sin from it.
One of the reasons I like to wear it is kind of a religious tradition. It's something that's been done for many years. It's always inspired me ever since I was a little girl. So these are my 4 sisters.
I want to do it myself. My name is Ruqayya.
When you're a child, your mum usually puts on the small pull-on ones, but when you start to get a bit older, you wear the wrap ones. And at first it is hard to wrap it so that it looks nice on you. It's messy. Yeah. Maybe fold it a bit at the front. It makes you feel more grown up. It's quite an exciting experience. There, go. Tuck it. I feel like we're all part of one massive community of Muslim women all over the world who also wear it. It makes you feel empowered.
When I first wore my jilbab, I felt like a princess. Like, I'm not going to lie, I felt like a princess because jilbab just made me feel modest and happy and girly, and I'm a very, very girly person. Growing up, I've had a huge crisis in who I was as a person because my parents didn't want me to wear the hijab. I would do my hair in different ways, my makeup in different ways. Modesty is a very important factor of your religion, and it was something that I wasn't practicing, and it felt like that was the one thing that was keeping me back. So on my 17th birthday, I decided that I would start wearing the hijab. I remember spending 2 hours trying to play with it and putting the pins in the right place. I went downstairs and I told my mom and I told my dad, I'm going to wear this. My dad was like, how am I going to take you to school? It was a time when I was getting ready to basically come out and say, this is who I am. And whether they accepted me or not was something that I would have to face. Every person has their identity of what they like. It could be how they choose to dress or what brands they like. For me, and for majority of Muslim girls, our identity is Islam. We want people to know we're Muslim. To dress the way I'm dressing, it's hard, but we want to do it.
I was always around other people who were wearing the headscarf. However, being a black Muslim, I would sometimes look at my black community and see how hair is a big part of the culture. Braids, weaves, extensions.
As a woman, you want to appear attractive, you want to do your hair, you want to do your makeup, it's natural. You'll find that we have hair straighteners, we do keep up with the latest makeup trends. We still do these things, but we just do it in public.
I only wear the headscarf when I'm praying or when I'm reading the Quran. So when I'm praying, I'm obviously praying towards God. And the same with when you're reading the Quran, because it is the word of God that's been passed down all the way from the time of the Prophet. It's a symbol of me showing respect, but I don't feel like I need to wear it all the time to show that. It's only in those specific circumstances.
What I would tell a Muslim woman who chooses not to wear the hijab is that ideally we should try and wear the hijab, but her prayer may be better than mine, her character may be better than mine, so we are told not to judge other Muslim women.
When it comes to prayer, men and women are separated as a way of making sure that your focus is on the prayer rather than looking around at who's in the room.
For example, for having a wedding, we're told to have it so that men and women don't mix because we believe that they might have lustful thoughts about one another.
Because I'm Somali, we like to wear these kind of like dresses. They're actually quite see-through. It's okay that they're see-through because it's just women in the room, so it just makes it more fun.
I know a lot of Muslims think that splitting off men and women is something that should happen, but I don't agree with that at all. And I think that the emphasis that some Muslims give within their community on not being attracted to the other sex or not being attracted to the same sex even, it can be so dangerous for young Muslims who are going through this period in their life. They have questions about themselves, about their body, about their sexuality. Young Muslims need to be able to talk about it without feeling that they're doing something wrong, because it's not, it's quite normal.
A lot of people assume that it's only Muslim women who have to observe hijab. The Quran actually addresses the men's hijab before the women's hijab. Men are encouraged to cover their aura, which is from their belly button to just below their knees. Even though the Quran does talk about men and women's hijab, a lot of pressure is put on the girls to make sure that they're covering up properly.
Some Muslim men, the way that they're interpreting the Quran, they are purposefully cherry-picking the passages that give rights to men and just ignore the rights of women. I think that is the main issue. And until we actually tackle that, then it's going to remain an issue for a while.
Because I wear a headscarf, people can see that I'm Muslim. You do face some Islamophobia.
The Quran was being revealed 1400 years ago, in a time that was very different to ours. Women were told to cover up those parts of their body to protect them from the kinds of things that were going on at the time. And I think given the current society with what's going on, there are Muslim women who are being identified as wearing the hijab, wearing the niqab, and they're being attacked because of it. So as a form of garment that was initially introduced to protect them, it's now actually having the opposite effect.
My grandma would always be like, be careful, like there's people out there that don't like Muslims. Imagine your grandmother having to tell you, be careful, because there are people who don't like you specifically because of what you choose to believe. It's like very specific to you as a person and you and your beliefs. And so, yeah.
I do have a YouTube channel. Hateful comments always come with YouTube, and so do positive ones. Some girls tell me that I have to cover my eyes, or that I'm drawing too much attention to myself by being online in the first place. So for them, Muslim women shouldn't be online, they should be hidden, they should be at home. And then you get the other spectrum. Why are you covering your face? Why are you covering your hair? Especially as women, we always get people telling us what to wear, how to dress. You have to learn to be confident in who you are as a person.
I think some of the things that people get wrong about Muslim women specifically is that we're oppressed.
Whatever form of hijab you choose to wear is oppressive.
To me, what I see as more oppressive is people trying to plant ideas into my mind that I must feel uncomfortable, but really it's them feeling uncomfortable.
I don't get pressure from my family, I don't get pressure from my husband. For me, my main thing that empowers me is my religion and being able to practice my religion freely.
Women have Quranic rights that are drawn out in the Quran, and whether or not people pay attention to that is one thing, but nonetheless they are there.
Before Islam came, girls were being buried alive. They were either sold off or married off to people that they didn't know.
After Islam came about, women started to have the rights to education,
the right to marry, to choose who they could marry. They had the right to divorce,
having a voice,
the right to inheritance, and the right to ownership of property.
It was a liberating religion.
One of the women that I find really inspiring is Khadija, who was the Prophet Muhammad's first wife.
Khadija was a businesswoman.
She was the one who bankrolled the religion, essentially.
She even asked for the Prophet's hand in marriage.
And she was also the first person to actually believe him when he was saying that he was getting these verses from God.
The great women of Islam, they give us an example of how we should be.
What I want people to understand about women in Islam is that, that's a tricky one.
Even though the hijab does hold great importance, it is just a piece of fabric, it is just a cloth that is around my head.
You are from a different background, different culture, but that doesn't mean you're an alien.
If you are able to see us as normal people who live our lives and are struggling just as much as everyone else, I think that would be great.
My friend was in the kitchen and she was cooking something. I was in the shower, just bathing away, and all I know is the next thing that happens is, check out! Everything's on fire! I think she forgot to turn off the stove. Kitchen was on fire, the roof was on fire, and all I had on was nothing. But I had to rush out because the fire department was already at the scene, and I put on a towel, no hijab, and just rushed out. I'm outside then, trying to just put on any layer of clothing that my friends managed to bring outside the house. As people are talking to us, all I have is a bunch of firemen coming up to me saying, "Are you guys okay? Are you okay, ma'am?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm totally fine, but please, just don't look at me. I'm naked." For all of you who think that we shower with these things on, no, we don't shower with our hijabs on, because I would have been ready for that moment.
A few friends and I were visiting San Francisco to sightsee while we were in college. We had a great trip and we were on our way back to the airport. It was all going super smoothly until we went to the TSA line, which is the most dreaded part for every Muslim. So we got in line, waiting for it to be our turn, and all of a sudden one of the security guards pointed to what we thought were me and my friend and said, "Ma'am, you need to take that off." And we thought he was talking about our hijab. So we went off. We were like, "I'm calling my lawyer." We didn't have lawyers. We were like, "You can't do this to us. We know our rights. We're Americans, and this is America, sir. So we're not going to stand for that." And he waited for us to finish, like literally waited to finish and was like, "I was talking to your friend behind you because she forgot to take off her coat for security check. Was not talking to you." So we awkwardly were like, "Oh, yeah, no, we knew that. We were just seeing if you knew that. Bye." We basically just wasted 15 minutes of this guy's life preaching about equal rights and freedom of religion for basically no reason. I guess the moral of the story is, if you're going to pick a fight with a TSA agent, just maybe look behind you first.
So I grew up in Southern California, and we have really strong winds every year called the Santa Anas. These winds come and they just blow everything away. And one day in 8th grade, I was just minding my own business at school, and the Santa Anas hit. This strong gust of wind. It felt like a tornado. It came and was just blowing everything in the air. There was leaves and dirt. Before I could even register what happened, the wind came and just attacked me, and my scarf flew completely off my head, and I just watched it fly away all the way across the quad. I chased it down for maybe 100 feet and grabbed it really quick. I was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy. Everybody's gonna see me." And I just wrapped it around, and I looked up, and everybody had just run away, and they were shielding their eyes because there was so much debris in the air, so no one even saw. But it was the most mortifying 45 seconds of my life. In the moment, what seems like something that's just so tragic and embarrassing, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal, and no one cares.
My story starts a couple months after I started wearing my hijab. I was waiting in line in Six Flags for one of my favorite rides, Tatsu. I'm the type of person who loves roller coasters, but I can't put my hands in the air. I have to hold on for dear life. We were sitting in Tatsu, and I was really excited, and I was holding on, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm ready for this ride." And while we were starting, I was like, "Wait, I totally forgot that this one goes upside down." I was like, "Okay, but it'll be fine." So we're going up, and then as we're coming to the loop, I was like, "Oh no, I feel my hijab slipping. I feel it slipping." I'm like, "Do I hold on? Do I hold on to my hijab?" I didn't know what to do. And I decided that my scarf wasn't important at that time, and I'm just gonna hold on for my dear life. When we were in the loop, I saw my scarf, I felt it just fly off, and I was like, "Okay, well, there that goes. I'm still alive though, and that's all that matters." As that was happening, I heard someone say, "I got it," and I thought, that's such a weird thing to say on a roller coaster. Why would you say that? And then the ride ended, and I was fine and alive. I just didn't have a scarf on. I was sitting there thinking, should I put my shirt over my head? How do I go about the rest of my day? And the guy who was behind me yells again, "I got it." And I turned around and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I saw my scarf in his hand. He caught my hijab mid-air on a roller coaster. Who does that? That was so sweet and kind of him, and I could finally have something to wear for the rest of the day. The moral of my story is, if it comes between saving my life or my hijab, I'm gonna save my life.
Sorry, here you go. It's okay, thanks. Wait, are you in my religions class? Yeah! What did you get for that one Mary Douglas question? It was kind of a tough question. I don't really remember, but I think it was something about symbolism. Yeah. By the way, this is my friend Fatima and Jamal. Hi, nice to meet you guys. Hey, do y'all know where the reflection room is? I've been meaning to pray there, but I just haven't had a chance yet. Wait, you're Muslim? Yeah, my parents are from Pakistan, but I was born here. If you're Muslim, then why don't you wear the hijab?
You can't just ask that.
No, it's okay. I just don't want to put it on just because everyone else tells me I should. I haven't really figured it out yet.
What's your figure out? You're Muslim.
I really don't feel comfortable talking about that. Okay then, Misbah, we'll see you around. We're gonna go. Assalamualaikum. Walaikum assalam. Hey, don't worry about them. The reflection room, it's in Hammond Hall. There are plenty of hijabs there. Okay, cool, thanks. By the way, my name's Misbah. Nora, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Okay, what was that all about? What are you talking about? Do you guys think you're a little bit rude back there?
Misbah, that girl needs to know that hijab is mandatory in our religion. If anything, we're doing her a favor.
Yeah, but the Prophet, he was even respectful to non-Muslims, and she's a fellow Muslim. Criticizing her on the first encounter, it just doesn't seem right. Regardless, just because she doesn't wear the headscarf doesn't mean we can degrade her.
I did not criticize her. She degrades herself and Islam when she chooses not to wear it.
I know we may be sounding a little harsh, but hijab is crucial in our religion. Just like praying and fasting.
You can't just pick and choose what you want to follow in our religion. Anyway, why are you standing up for her? Don't you value your hijab?
Of course I do. I just think wearing the hijab isn't what makes you Muslim. You have to really think about it. And who knows, her intentions may be truer than all of ours.
Whoa. Miss Bell, we were joking. You should have known that, and so should she. We're getting late for class. We'll see you later. Assalamualaikum.
Joke, sure. Why did I come and sit down? I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I know, Aisha, but gosh, this place is so weird. I just feel like everyone's watching me. Anyways, school is going good other than that. I'm just really stressed out. Hold on, let me call you right back. Is there a problem over here?
There's no problem.
Are y'all sure?
We're sure.
Okay, good.
I just think that if you're Muslim, you might as well look like one.
She said what to you? I know, the nerve of that girl. Nora, please tell me you punched her in the face or something. Aisha, I already told you this. I don't want to sink to her level. And Islamically, I mean, that's not even how we resolve things. Okay, Nora, punching her doesn't put you at a lower level. It puts her at the level that she needs to be at. You should have seen me. I was pretty mad. Nora, you can't put up with this. I mean, who does this girl even think she is? Walking around like she's holier than Zamzam water or something. What am I supposed to do? There's just so many of them, and I can't do anything. And they all just, like, cluster together. I don't know. Okay, Nora, all of these hijabis, they just wear that head cover around their head, and that automatically makes them better than the ones of us who don't. I don't know what it is about that extra yard of fabric, but that's just how it is. If I were you, I would just stop talking to all of them, because they're just going to keep treating you the same way they've been treating you. I mean, all they ever even want to know about you is why you're not wearing the head cover and how they can get you to wear one. Yeah, I know, but I mean, maybe they're all not like that. Okay, maybe they're not all like that, but it'd be really hard for you to find one who doesn't judge. At least around here it is. I thought these were right here.
That's weird. I wonder where all the hijabs went. How are you going to pray now?
What is that supposed to mean?
You know, if you wore the headscarf, you wouldn't have this problem in needing one.
Fatima, what are you talking about? I see them behind your bag.
Astaghfirullah, why are you doing this?
Fatima, this is getting ridiculous.
All I'm saying is this. How is anyone ever going to know she's Muslim if she doesn't wear one?
What about her character? The kindness of her heart? Her humanity? Those things are just as important. Fatima, people are going to think differently than you and I, but we still need to accept them regardless. Wearing the headscarf isn't what makes you Muslim. It's our belief in one God and His Prophet and Islamic teachings that make us better people.
Here you go again, Misbah, defending her.
Of course I'll defend her. Look, you two, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the final judge. We can only pray for His guidance. But for now, we're here, and we can't let these things divide us. In the end, our strongest connection is that we are Muslim. Hey Nora, I hope you know that not all hijabi wearers are like that.
No, it's fine. I completely understand.
Okay, believe me, I've had my rough encounters with non-hijabis. Trust me, we both don't have it easy.
Yeah, you're right. It's not fair how quickly we judge others based off of their appearances. Even I do that. I think that us as one ummah, we really, really need to work on that.
Yeah, judging each other, it's a natural thing. It's not a good thing. But we have to overcome it. We have to focus on our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like, we have to find His light through the darkness. You can't please everybody. I mean, but know this. These hijabs will always be here for you. I'll make sure of that.
Thank you so much, Miss Bell. That means a lot.
relationship with Allah that no one else can touch. It's between you and Him. We can't always fit the ideal image that others want us to meet. But as long as we keep an open heart and an open mind while being good to others, maybe we'll find that by setting aside our differences, we become better people ourselves. The truth is, we're going to disagree with each other as Muslims. However, there's one thing uniting us all: Allah's light. There are many different faces to Islam, but Allah's light will always be one.
Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sisters of Islam, our hijab is our dress code and our shield that we use to cover and respect ourselves. Some people are afraid and embarrassed to wear the hijab because they are focused about negative points of views, which that makes them feel uncomfortable. And on the other hand, there are others who are afraid of not wearing one because they are serious about how society is going to treat them based on their appearance. You see, our hijab isn't just a piece of fabric that makes us Muslim women look modest. The hijab is our justice and our reward. We are believing Muslim women, and we remain amongst the righteous ones.
Ya la la la